Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips, Action Auto Parts. The sun's done went down, or on its way, I should say. But had Quentin available today, so he came up and helped me work and sold a couple car parts, but got a lot of work done, and it was probably for the best because I had a lot I wanted to get done. So we'll start with the old Chevy or GMC, whatever it is, box truck that actually he helped me get. It was sitting up front close to the little building that I'm fixing. So we pulled it back here, and the Camaro that was sitting there, we put it over here. Plus there was a red Z28 had been sitting here. So they're not perfectly lined up, but it was getting late and he needed to go. And I told him, I said, just go on, we'll worry about it later. But anyway, this Camaro needs to come up just a little bit. And as you can see, I want to get where I drive more through there. And this Z28 needs to come up and over just a tad. But we got those moved. And then the truck that I called Paul Miller was sitting over there, and that silver Nissan truck was sitting here. Those has been moved. That little Nissan was back over here. So we brought it and put it in line, so to speak. And that 65 Ford, or what's left of it, was sitting about where it's at. It's a little high, but for right now, that's fine. This RT, we pulled it up the hill just a smidge so that I could actually get my lawnmower between it. Sorry, I'm doing this fast, y'all. I'm trying to hold on to the phone. Didn't mean to get you dizzy. Where I can get the mower between the Dodge and that. But basically what I'm wanting to do now is, as you've been with me as I made that turn, I can go 3 wide, kind of, but then 2, because I want to go this way with the road coming back out. So we moved that Impala a little bit, but it's still not exactly where I want it. But now we'll be coming out this way. So I'm going to fill in the road there, because in the wintertime, that's just too hard to turn, and it gets really muddy right in there. We still got to finish getting that hull off the frame of that Monte Carlo for my buddy, and he can go get his frame. But still got some stuff over there. The Cordoba, the 79 Ford truck, the 83 Delta 98, and a 79 Thunderbird are still sitting over there. And I'm gonna try to get those moved and fix a spot for my trailers, because I've got my old car trailer over there that I need to put a floor on. I got a 6x12 single axle back here, and my 6x12 dual axle here, and so I can put all the trailers in the same spot. And then we're going to try to get this cleaned up to where we can drive behind that row of trucks. You can drive behind them coming in from the other end, but you can't get out right here real well. So got to work on that. Now that 79, that green cab and frame, the frame's bad, so I'm probably going to cut that off and put that 79 right beside this 74. It's going to be short enough it's not going to interfere with every direction going in and out right there. So we got those, that much down here done today, which that old Fairmont wagon's got to be moved. And I'll show you what else we done. Okay, so this row here, starting at my mom's old Buick, it had been somewhat straight, if you will, but at the same time it kept going out further and further toward that end. So we left mom's Buick where it was at, and this Durango where it was at, and actually this one and this one, mainly because of how they were setting. The customer just left. I sold the fans off of that Suzuki XL7. Just making sure they didn't tear my bumper up. This is gonna be yanked over, but we pulled it back just a little bit, and we sighted down the front of starting on my mom's car. So this one had to come back a little bit. A couple of them gotta be straightened up. We pulled this back just a smidgeola, And each one, as we went down, was more and more. This one was a little aggravating, but we got it back. And this one was too. Now, this one didn't have to come back as much because it just wasn't as long as some of them. And the same way with this little BMW and the Bronco too. But the Tahoe and the Avalanche, both of them were way out. By the time we got to this one, it was almost the full fender and half of the door kind of out of alignment, if you will. I'll spin around here and you get a better idea of what I'm talking about when you look down the fronts of them. It's they're pretty straight going by the front. Now it's still wider here probably than I normally would have it, but it is in a lot better positioning. Now this old Camry was down at the bottom of the hill where I just gotten it in, so we brought it up top, and we brought the Mazda 3 and the Jeep up here and put them in line. I was trying to leave that one down at the bottom of the hill for the guy to come back and get the transmission. He got it partially pulled and supposed to done been back. I mean, he's paid for it, so it's whatever, but he can pull it right there because I got to get this stuff kind of organized. I just wish Quentin's got to go back to work for his regular job tomorrow. It was just a little muddy on the job site where he works at, so he was off today. Yeah, I had to pull that bumper back around a little bit so it doesn't get torn up. And you can kind of see from this end, now there's some tires, and one of them's got the radiator kind of sticks out on the front, but all in all, this row here lined up pretty good. So I was really pleased with it. Like I said, it was pretty far out of whack, so to speak. And then on the what's becoming the new front row, this Arcadia was sitting a little bit cod-wobbled. So we kind of pulled that back end around and did the same thing on that Explorer. Trying to get the phone where I ain't driving on too bad, nuts. But sold the passenger side bucket seat out of that Denali today. So we had to do a little bit of tweaking on this row. The Jeep was pretty much okay. That little Escape we had to move just a little bit, as well as that Dakota. And then we brought the Nissan out of the back lot. I hate to do it, guys and gals in YouTube land, but I don't have a title to it. The truck runs and stuff, and it is in really good shape. The frame's great. The body is really a lot better than you would think. And I just hate for somebody to make a mud toy and tear it all to pieces. And I'm going to part it out. I think, between a good motor and transmission and all the differentials, and it's got all 4 of those factory Nissan wheels, and the last set I had of those sold real good. And then of course the little S10 was at the bottom of the hill, so we got it up here today too. So a lot of vehicles, every one up and down that road at some point in time we was hooked to it, either with Quentin's truck or mine, trying to get them rearranged and like I wanted them before weather starts getting bad. I probably won't put no more here because, as you can tell, I'm kind of going across a flat spot, and if I put another one here, then that's going to get it to where when you're going around the corner, it'll go down over the hill. And then and I said, I brought Paul Miller up front, and there he is. It's been somewhat of a hard decision, but the water pump started leaking on it, and I just hadn't been driving it. I mean, it's sat back there, tires going flat. It's a low mileage engine, and it's just got such good parts on it, and I've got the title to it. But for me to get it where I could drive it as a daily driver, I've still got to spend tires, and even though we put a new ignition in it, sometimes it works, sometimes you have to jump it off of the solenoid. The seat's a mess in it, and I'm just like, you know what, it's got good parts. I'm just going to part it out, because if you try to sell it to somebody, it ain't going to bring much, and I just don't want to put a bunch more in it just to drive it around here. When I first bought it, that was the intention, but then we got to using it here, and it kind of got abused and stuff like that along the way. So it's done getting too late to do it tonight, but I'm probably going to tomorrow. I'll just take some good pictures and get it listed, and because these Ford trucks part out good, and old Paul Miller will just help maybe some other ones live on. And so that's about what we done today. Sold that bucket seat and the fans. Not a big high dollar day, but like I told Quentin, it paid him, and I had a couple dollars left over, but I got a lot of work done that was really important for me to get done, getting these lines up here straight before bad weather, and didn't get the bottom lot completely done, but we did get a lot of stuff done down there. And of course that box truck was way up front up there, and we got it back here in line. Now I will actually list it. I want to keep the box, but as far as the parts off the diesel engine and the transmission, all that stuff, I'd sell it. I just want to keep it for some storage because it's really a good, it's probably one of the, it and that orange, they're both about the same, but they're really good boxes and don't leak and stuff. So that's kind of been it. The sun is continuing to do what it's going to do, and it's 5:47 and it's getting almost dark. So I'm going to wrap this one up, I guess, and head to the homestead, fix me a bite to eat, and just want to kind of show you. I know it's not exciting, some of the things I post, but it's just kind of the day in the life of having a junkyard and trying to keep some things done. Especially a lot of times I'm by myself, but like I said, I was fortunate enough to have Quentin with me today, and we got a lot done work-wise. So, but for him to be off from work, it's got to have rained, and if it gets too muddy, then I can't do much out here, especially on that bottom lot where the vintage stuff's at. So we still got some more stuff to get done and move around, but that much of it's done, so we're that much farther ahead of getting what needs to be done. So give me a thumbs up, please. Leave that comment, and please subscribe. I really would appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one.